Good morning, students. Hope you all are doing well, studying well, following the online classes. Hope you are understanding what we are teaching. So today we will have a session on data structures. So in the previous session also we had discussed about stacks. This session we also have a discussion on stacks. In the previous class we had a discussion on stacks, how we can represent stacks in the memory. We will be continuing the same topic in this session as well. So this is data structures part 7, DS7. So again the same weightage this particular chapter carries for 14 marks, one 1 mark question, one 3 mark question and two 5 mark questions you have to study from this chapter. So let us have a recap of the things what we studied in the previous chapter. That is, we discussed about what is stack. Then we discussed about how stack can be represented. That is, we discussed array representation. The stacks can be represented using arrays and also using linked list, how we can represent stacks. Then we discussed the different operations that can be performed on stacks. Then we learned the push algorithm and the pop algorithm. Push algorithm helps us to add an element to the stack and pop algorithm helped us to remove the element from the top of the stack. So today's class we will discuss applications of stacks. What are the various uses? Why we can use the stacks? The stacks, it is used, as we know that stack works on LIFO, last in first out. So if stack has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the top element is 5 and when we remove the top element, first 5 comes, then 4, 3, 2, 1. That means we inserted in the order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and when we removed, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the reverse order. So the simplest application of stack is we can use stacks to reverse a word. Whenever we have to reverse a word, we can use a stack because stacks works on LIFO, last in first out. The letter by letter, when we remove each element, we will be getting the word in the reverse order. The simplest application of stack is it can be used to reverse the string or the word. See, sometimes when you are working in a computer, by mistake you delete something, you add something. Immediately we press Ctrl Z or undo. Undo means we will cancel the last action what we did. So the most recent action what you did, you can cancel it by pressing undo. See, as we know that whenever we perform any operation, our operations are recorded in the operating system stack. When you press undo, the recent operation stored in the operating system stack will be cancelled. That means stacks can be used for doing undo operation. Another application of stack is undo operation. So to keep track of the things which are done in the editor, we use stack, and as we know that stack works on LIFO, that is last in first out. When you do undo, the recent operation what you did will be cancelled. Then we use stacks for backtracking. So what is backtracking? So when you want to know, you have performed some 10 operations and step by step you want to know the previous operation what you did and previous operation what you did till the end. So if you want to check in the backward direction, we can use backtracking. To do backtracking of the operation, that is if you have done a series of operations, so you can check out each operation by moving back, that is by using stacks. Backtracking, this is a process when you need to access the most recent data in the series of elements. So we use backtracking, we use stacks. Then we use stacks in language processing. So let us see in language processing what is the use of the stack. Space for parameters and local variables created in the internal using a stack. So whenever the functions or programs are used, stacks are used to store the data. Then compilers, they use stacks to check whether the braces are given properly. As we know that when you write a C++ program, you use so many brackets. Sometimes when you miss to give the closing bracket, you will get a error. To match the brackets you have given, the braces you have used, compiler uses the stack to check the matching braces. Stacks supports recursion. It helps in converting decimal numbers to the binary. And stacks can be used to solve the problem of towers of Hanoi. Stacks can be used in the evaluation of the syntax parsing. Stacks can be used for converting infix to prefix and postfix expressions, and stacks are used in rearranging the railroad cars. Stacks are also used in quicksort, stack span problems, and runtime memory management. So these are the applications of stacks. Let us check what the arithmetic expression is. A expression is a combination of operands and operators, after which we evaluate, you will get a single answer or the result. Operand, it can be a constant or a variable. Operators can be plus, minus, into, slash, etc. Let us check out an example. A plus B divided by 2 is an expression. In this, A, B, 2. A, B are the variables and 2 is the constant. And A, B, 2 are the operands, plus and slash is the operator. An expression is a combination of operand and operators. They are arranged in a specific order. Expressions can be three types: infix, postfix and prefix. The arithmetic expressions are broadly classified into three: infix, postfix and prefix. Let us check out what is infix, postfix and prefix. Infix expression. If a operator is in between two operands, it is called infix expression. For example, A plus B. Plus is in between A and B, where A, B are the operands and plus is an operator. Same expression A plus B can be written as A, B plus, which means the operator is placed after the operands. If a operator follows the two operands, it is called postfix expression. Example, AB plus. Similarly, we have one more type of representation of an expression, that is prefix expression. In prefix expression, a operator is preceded, it is before operands plus AB. That is called prefix expression. So let us see, A plus B is a infix expression. Infix means in between the operands the operator is placed. Postfix means after the operands. Prefix means before the operands the operator is placed. Let us see the precedence of operator. Before that, so let us have a look of precedence of operator. Highest precedence is exponents, okay, and the precedence value is 3. Next comes multiplication and division, which has the next precedence 2. Next comes plus and minus. Then the associativity of the operators is multiplication, division and modulus left to right, and addition and subtraction left to right. So let us see one more example of arithmetic representation. Infix representation is A plus B. That means the operator is placed in between the operands, prefix, which means the operator is before the operands plus AB. Next we have postfix representation, where the operator is after the operands AB plus. Then we have infix expression, one more example, A plus B into C. The prefix expression is plus A into BC. How did we get this? See, plus and into. Into has more precedence, higher precedence than plus. So first BC will be B into C will be converted. So it will be into BC. So similarly, then plus AB. So we can see few more examples of infix to postfix. 2 plus 3 into 4. First 3 into 4 will be multiplied and then it will be added with 2. So therefore we can see the expression, okay, 3 4 into will be converted first and then it will be added with 2. So for plus 3 4 into will be one operand and 2 will be another operand. Let us see how we can convert a infix expression to postfix. To convert a infix expression to postfix, we will be using a operator stack, a stack with operators. So we use a stack to store the operators. So just check out the example, that is A minus B plus C. A minus B plus C, this is in infix expression. Now let us see how we can convert this to postfix. So as we have first column, we will take each character and then we take the operator stack. Initially stack is empty. The first character from the expression is A. If the scanned character is a operand, put it onto the postfix string. So A is placed in the postfix string. If the scanned symbol is a operator, put it onto the stack. So if it is a operand, we will put it onto the postfix string. If the scan symbol is a operator, we put it onto the stack. The next scan symbol is B. So we put it onto the stack. The next scan symbol is plus. We put it onto the stack. The next scan symbol is C. C is a operand. Okay. So we put it onto the stack. So we are removing minus and then we are putting plus. So when we pop plus, we will get AB minus C plus. So this is how we can convert a infix expression to postfix. We will see another example, a simple example, which is A minus B plus C. So we will see one more example here, A plus, we have parenthesis. Now this example has a parenthesis. What happens when we have a parenthesis? The scanned symbol is A. So A is a operand. So if it is operand, put it onto the stack. Next symbol is plus. So as plus is a operator, we put it onto the stack. The next scan symbol is left parenthesis. If the scanned symbol is left parenthesis, put it onto the stack. Next scan symbol is B. B is a operand, put it onto the output string, that is postfix string. The next scan symbol is into. Into is a operator, so put it onto the stack. The next scan symbol is C. C is a operand, put it onto the stack. The next scan symbol is closing parenthesis. So if the scan symbol is closing parenthesis, pop all the elements until you get the left parenthesis and put it onto the stack. When we pop, we will get into, then we will get plus. So we need to remove the brackets. In a postfix string, it cannot have a bracket. So this is how we can convert. So let us just have a repetition of what we did in this example. Let us start with A. A is a operand. Operand means put it onto the output. Plus, put it onto the stack. Left parenthesis, put it onto the stack. B, it will go to output. Into, as asterisk is a operator, put it onto the stack. Next is the scan symbol is C. C, we will put it onto the output. Next scan symbol is closing parenthesis. So closing parenthesis, we will pop all the elements until we get the left parenthesis and put it onto the stack. Discard left and right parenthesis. Then we will pop plus. So the converted postfix expression will be ABC into plus. So let us see one more example here, that is A minus B plus C. So the first symbol which we push is A, then comes minus. So as minus is a operator, we push it onto the stack. Then comes B. B is the operand, place it onto the postfix or the output. Next comes plus. So as plus has the equal precedence, we will pop minus and then we will push plus. Then C is the operand, we put it onto the postfix string, then we pop plus, so that we get AB minus C plus. Let us see one more example. Let us begin with the infix expression is bracket P divided by, in the bracket, Q minus R into S plus T, closing bracket. Let us see how we can convert this infix expression to postfix. Left parenthesis, it will go to stack. P, it's a operand, it will go to expression. Slash or division, it's a operator, it will go to stack. Again there is left parenthesis, the next symbol is after slash, there is left parenthesis, it will go to stack. The next scan symbol is Q. Q is the operand, so it will go to postfix expression. The next scan symbol is minus, so minus will go to stack. The next scan symbol is R. R is a operand, so it will go to postfix string. Next symbol is right parenthesis. When there is a right parenthesis, we have to pop all the elements till we get the matching left parenthesis. When we pop, we will get minus. Then we get left parenthesis. So you need to cancel right and left parenthesis and put minus into the postfix string. Next comes into. Into is multiplication, put it onto the. So next comes the right parenthesis, we have popped. Then the next symbol is into, int will go to the stack. Next scan symbol is again yes, yes is a operand, it will go to the expression. Plus, plus is a operator, so it will go to stack. As you see, there is already into, plus cannot be placed on into because into has more precedence than plus. So remove plus and put, remove star plus put plus. So we have removed star and put plus. The next scan symbol is T. Put it onto the postfix string. The next scan symbol is closing parenthesis. Pop all the elements until you get the left parenthesis and put it onto the postfix expression. So similarly, we can see one more example. The scan symbol. So we are converting A into B into C minus D divided by E to the power of F into G into H. So let us see the algorithm to convert infix to postfix. So we take each input symbol. If the symbol is a operand, we put it onto the output. If the symbol is opening parenthesis, push it onto the stack. If the symbol is a operator, then we will check the precedence. If the stack is empty, we will push it to the stack. If stack is not empty, then we are checking the top of the stack. So if top of the stack has left parenthesis, we will push. Otherwise, if it has the higher priority than top of the stack, we will push. Otherwise, if the precedence is less, we will pop and then we will output. We shall repeat these steps by checking the precedence of the operator. If the scanned symbol is a closing parenthesis, we will pop all the elements until we get the matching left parenthesis. We discard the left and right parenthesis and put it on the postfix string. So we will be discarding the opening and closing parentheses. So we will be repeating this step if there are more symbols. If there are no more symbols, we will pop all the elements from the operator stack and put it onto the postfix string. So if the scanned symbol is, let us have a discussion of the algorithm again. If the scanned symbol is operand, put it on the output. If the scanned symbol is a opening parenthesis, put it onto the stack. If the scanned symbol is a operator, then we need to check the precedence of the operator with the precedence of the element on the top of the stack. So this is about the algorithm for converting infix to postfix. Kindly go through the video and check your understanding by attending the 10-mark test and check how much you have understood. In case if you have any doubts, kindly contact us. Thanks for your patience listening. God bless you, my dear students. Have a great day ahead.